hard man. Together we're building up a real hot hen. We live out in the country. She's my little queen of the South. Yeah, we're two of a kind, working on a full house. She wakes me every morning with a smile and a kiss. Her strong country loving is hard to resist. She's my easy loving woman, I'm her hard working man, no doubt. Yeah, we're two of a kind, working on a full house. Hey, our pickup truck is her limousine, and her favorite dress is her faded blue jeans. She loves me tender when the going gets tough. Sometimes we fight just so we can make up. Lord, I need that little woman like the crops need rain.
This is just a close-up view of the 41 Chevy in chassis mock-up. I don't have the wheels I'm going to be using for the back yet. So what I'm using right now is the custom stock rims that came with the kit, just to kind of get an idea on where this kit sits. I've got other pictures of it, so I'm not going to bother mocking it up right now, but right now we're working on the front suspension. As you can see, this one comes with a straight axle, just big old wagon on with an engine on it. Anyway, this one, that's just not going to do, so we're going to go ahead and build an independent front suspension that will get the job done and lower this thing a couple of scale inches, tuck those rims nicely inside the wheel wells. We're also going to go ahead and custom mount the radiator to the front of this chassis on its own little radiator shroud. It's going to be mostly the one that came with the kit, but not attached in its original stock location, which is further back, which isn't going to work with this big block. So we're moving it forward. It's going to be tucked in nicely inside of here. That's that for the front end, and we've already pretty much figured out what's going to happen with the dual exhaust. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over, give you a look. Basically, we just have to go ahead and mate the dual exhaust. There's the headers right there. They come down, they just don't come all the way down to where the exhaust is sitting. Fortunately, the exhaust system was longer than it needed to be, so all we have to do is go ahead and bend those pieces up until they meet, and bend the headers down until they meet, and I think we're going to be in good shape getting that to work. So the way I plan on bending that is by using a candle, and I find that by setting a candle on the bench, it gives me an opportunity to just go ahead and use it like a glass blower and constant heat source. Just bring the part close to where it needs to get hot, get it just hot enough to get the action that you need, and then make your bend and then let it cool. Check your work with a protractor and do all that good stuff. Anyway, that's the 41 Chevy in styrene mock-up, working on the major sub-assembly, the undercarriage and chassis. I'm going to go ahead and paint the engine separately, but I want to have everything else mocked up and ready to go so I can one-shot it, do the whole thing with an undercoat of black, and then detail it up by brush probably, and then drop a nicely detailed engine in on top of it. So that's the plan, guys, and we'll go ahead and keep you posted on that. 41 Chevy pickup truck, well underway.
Hey, our pickup truck is her limousine, and her favorite dress is her faded blue jeans. She loves me tender when the going.
What up, Styrene Slingers? Bodacious Rods and Customs coming at you with another update on the 41 Chevy pickup truck. Still here in Bear Styrene doing some mock-ups here, and just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I'm probably going to roll in some video from a couple of other building sessions that I've been working on this truck. But I wanted to come back and talk to you guys a little bit and show it to you as it stands today. I've been working on the suspension slamming in the front, and as you can see here in the mock-up stage, this is pretty much the way it's going to sit. There we are, 19s up front, 23s in the back, I wouldn't exactly call this in the weeds, but it is down. It is low. And to show you how we got it there, I'm going to go ahead and disassemble this body, and you guys can see kind of up close and personal. Here we are, folks. Boom, Chevy pickup truck. Alright, everything is in mock-up phase right now, so the only kind of glue I'm using is Elmer's white glue. I find that it breaks just right. You can put stuff together that you don't want to fall apart with a nice little thin bead of glue. Like, for instance, this firewall is on here with just a little bit of white glue. All that's going to come off when I do my final wash down before we go into the paint and primer phases. But for now, it just makes mocking things up a lot easier with a little bit of white glue. Alright folks, now we can see the chassis and the fender rails all sitting together. And to the untrained eye, you go, okay, that looks pretty normal. And for the record, fellas, the back is just mocked up. It's just sitting on there. I've got what I call one of my homemade jack stands underneath. It's a stack of quarters with some masking tape around it that gets the back of the chassis the right height, so that the wheels will sit just like if they were attached to the axles, which they are not right now. The wheels are just there for the looks. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and roll back out of here and get this this body off. And you can see, oh wait, something's different. Something's different. If you look real close, you'll see that we now have a upper and lower A-arm suspension going on right here and here. And the wheels are currently glued onto their final resting places, which is very exciting to see. And we'll go ahead and pull the motor out for now, just so you guys can get a better look at this interior suspension. The last two pieces that are going to have to get added to this are going to go from the top of these A's down to these hubs, and those are going to be the shock towers. We'll go ahead and go with shock towers from this area down to this area, right through there, from the upper A down to the lower. And we're going to install those after everything's painted and primered. That way we can go ahead and put our wound coil shocks on there. Another little detail that you guys might be able to see is that the exhausts have been bent and molded a little bit so that they can make it to the new engine location. And the bottoms of the headers have been trimmed to make room for the headers, or for the exhaust. So now we've got our Chrysler big block nestled sweetly in between the new shock towers. Plenty of clearance room to get the body on top of them. And once again, there we go, back into our stance. For those of you guys wondering out there, yes, trial and error is always a part of the building and mock-up process. But we didn't have too much error when it came to this mock-up. Everything goes together pretty straightforward. And we're going to be on to our next task, which is going to be mounting the rear end of the exhaust. As you can see, we've got these little fins that got to go to this body rail here, so we're going to modify that a little bit. Fix those in there, get that squared away, and then we will hard mount the rear suspension and front suspension, and start thinking about when the weather's going to be nice to prime. So we roll back out of here. Anyway, fellas, so there we are. We're working on the 41 Chevy pickup truck now that we've got the wheels in stock and all the pieces of styrene that we need to make everything look good. And there we have it, guys. We're going back. 41 Chevy pickup truck, hot rod. This one's my tribute to my girlfriend build, and my entry to the Southern Fried Model Rod Shop's Chevy Truck Month. So there we go, Chevy Truck Month well underway with the 41 Chevy pickup truck. And I hope you guys are enjoying the ride along. Bodacious Rods and Customs, thanks again. Keep slinging that styrene. Catch you later.
I need that little woman like the crops need rain. She's my honeycomb and I'm her sugar cane. We really fit together if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're two of a kind, working on a full house. keep her a bit of my mind, Lord. The perfect combination is her heart and mine. The sky's the limit, no hill is too steep. We're playing for fun, but we're playing for keeps. So draw the curtain, honey, turn the lights down low. We'll find some country music on the radio. I'm yours and you're mine. That's what it's all